Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, what's the difference between a cobbler, a crisp, and a crumble? Monroe Cobbler is a 6.2% Berliner Weisse from City Built Brewing Company in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Alright, I need you to help me out with these intros. Recommend some of your suggestions in the comments below the video. I'll use one on an upcoming video, and I'll give you some credit. So, Monroe Cobbler was one of the beers that I tried at the UP Fall Beer Fest a couple months back. I really enjoyed it. When I saw this on the shelf the last time I visited my bottle shop, I wanted to pick it up and give it the full review treatment on the channel. Now, I'm no stranger to City Built's beer, and I reviewed another one of their Berliner Weisses from last year. It was hashtag Happy Friendsgiving, which was a cranberry Berliner Weisse. This one is peach and blueberry, so, I got a little small sample, but I'm really looking forward to trying the big sample. So let's take a look at the label. We'll get it into a glass. Fun fact, City Built has this whole Monroe series of beer, which are named after the street that City Built's tap room is on in Grand Rapids. So let's take a look at the front of this label. What I really like about City Built's labels is that they're minimal, but they are all different. So they usually have two solid colors. I think Melisandre had a black skyline and a red city, or a black sky and a red city skyline. This one, it's white on the bottom. It says Monroe Cobbler Sour Beer, Blueberry, Peach, and Lactose, 16 fluid ounces, 6.2% ABV. Now it has the city skyline in white, and then the sky itself is this really deep blue, almost a purple color. It has these metallic inked peaches and blueberries in there. It's a really striking can design. You can always tell a City Built can when you see it on the shelf. And then on the back, it has their motto. It has their mission statement. Cities are where cultures collide. It talks about, their heritage and the Puerto Rican inspired food in their downtown tap room. You can come and visit them and see how they make the strange familiar and the familiar fresh and bold. Then it has the name, obviously, City Built Brewing Company, and their address, 820 Monroe Avenue Northwest, Grand Rapids, Michigan. There is no, and then on the other side is the government warning. There's no date on this can, so I don't know exactly how fresh this is. Berliner Weisse, you shouldn't really have to worry about it. They can sit for a few months. It's not like an IPA. They don't have to be drank extremely fresh. So I'm going to grab my Tiku glass here, and I got this part of the price tag was still on here. So let's go ahead and crack this open. And we'll get a nose out of the can here. I'm trying to see if I can tell what color it is, but I can't. Ooh! It's got kind of a little bit of a sour aroma to it. I thought I'd get more of the fruit aroma out of it, but I'm not really getting. Maybe a little bit of a peach, but it smells really kind of sour too at the same time. So the peach is me just kind of grasping at something, trying to get some kind of aroma out of it, but I'm smelling sour beer. So let's pour this. This is a little bit pinky, a little bit peachy. As it kind of collects more in the glass, it's getting a lot more peachy colored. And I thought I was going to be able to fill a little bit more. I've noticed with the Berliners that I've poured, you don't get really big heads on them. So this is kind of typical for the kind of style of beer. You don't get a big head. Even if you get super aggressive, they kind of fizzle out really quickly. But I do see a lot of carbonation streaming up from the bottom. And this, like I said, it's got this peachy kind of almost this, I would almost say there's like a little bit of a bluish tint to this. Let's hold up to the light. Like I said, a lot of carbonation, a lot of bubbles floating up to the top. But as you can see from the overhead, there was no head on there, no retention at all. Let's put a better nose on the glass here. Yeah, I'm still getting a little bit of that kind of sour smell to it, a typical Berliner Weisse kind of smell. And not a lot of fruit. Again, grasping at straws. Maybe I could say that there's some kind of peach aroma in there as well. I'm going to dive right in, so cheers. I had so much in here, I want to just get a sip, but a really quick sip. I am getting a lot of the blueberry and a little bit of the peach. The blueberry is a lot more on the aftertaste. It's this real hint of blueberry that kind of blossoms into this really kind of sweet blueberry flavor. The peach you get on the upfront, it kind of sits in there when you hold it in your mouth. You kind of get it. It's almost like a bit of a, if you ever went before you could drink, maybe your parents indulged you on Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, and they got those sparkling bottles of grape juice. It's kind of that dryness that you get in one of those, but it's not grape. It's more of a peach flavor. I'm really digging it though. It's just got a really nice flavor throughout. Like I said, you get that peach at the beginning. It kind of fades into this blueberry kind of, not really an aftertaste, but the blueberry really starts to sweeten up and bloom at the swallow. And then after the swallow, you get the aftertaste is where you get more of that blueberry flavor. It's not overly sour. I know that it says sour beer on the can. It has a sourness to it, but it's not an intense sourness. It's really a subdued sourness. It's just so smooth and so kind of crisp and sweet with a little bit of a dry mouthfeel to it that you don't really get the sourness out of it or a saltiness. I know Gozas are more of the saltiness. Berliners are more of the lighter, have that tinge of kind of farmhousey sourness to it. I could easily just drink this whole thing right now without even sitting here and telling you about it because I find it that good. But yeah, I just like that it's light, 6.2%, a little bit on the lower end of the spectrum as far as, you know, beer these days go, and I talk about that all the time. It's just a really light beer. It has a really smooth taste. It has a little bit of a dry finish. You get that peach in there. You get the blueberry that kind of fades in at the end, at the swallow, actually, and then the aftertaste. It just mixes together really well. It's a great taste. Again, this is something that I would have no problem just finishing right here on camera. And, you know, a lot of beers I like to drink slower, but this is one that you can drink really quickly. And it's, you know, you're not going to get blitzed drinking, you know, one of these, but if you had a few, it'd sneak up on you because they don't have a lot of alcohol taste to them. It's just a really solid beer. If you're looking for something that's a little bit on the sweeter end, a little bit different, I think Monroe Cobbler is definitely worth the pickup. If you know someone that you want to try to transition them into sour beers, this is a perfect one because it has, like I said, it has that little tartness to it, but it's not overpowering. You would not be able to, you know, if you gave this to somebody that was a little bit more into mild beers, they wouldn't say, oh my God, this is overly tart. I don't think so. At least, you know, according to, you know, my palate, I don't find it to be overly tart. I find the tartness or the sourness in there to be just really slight. I do think that saying sour beer on the label kind of would throw somebody off that's not into sours. But other than that, I don't have any complaints with Monroe Cobbler from City Built. I think this is a really great gateway into sour beer, as most Berliners are. But it has the added bonus of being, you know, sweet with the peach and with the blueberry. Two great tastes that just meld together really well. All right, friends, that has been Monroe Cobbler from City Built Brewing Company. If you find yourself in their tap room, let them know you saw their beer on the channel right here. So have you had this one before? If so, what did you think? What's your favorite kind of gateway sour style? If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell because I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you. And you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed to the channel and getting those notifications. If you have any questions you want answered on an upcoming video, you can leave me a voicemail or a text on the Draft Therapy hotline at 224-DRAFT-20, and I'll answer them soon. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are, and most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.